So now, with that, dito tayo sa portion natin na na nakita ko sa isang show. Not sure sa late night ba yun, yung mga celebrities na i-invite nila. Mag-read ng hate tweets or hate messages. So nag-filter lang ako ng dalawa.
Okay.
Dito na lang.
Dalawa out of what? A million?
Dalawa out of a million. What's up guys? Welcome to the 6-Man Podcast. And nakita nyo naman wala ako ngayon sa bahay ko. We are currently at the Meetup 23 room dito sa ground floor ng NAC Tower. And as you can see, this is basically a shrine for Michael Jordan collectors. You can see here the Team USA basketball jersey. It's signed. There's also a game-used floor that was used in the finals where Michael Jordan actually signed himself jersey during his rookie year and a lot more. So, as you can see, this can be rented. All of the details for getting this room here in BGC will be in the description box below. And there are 3 different kinds of prices when it comes to securing this room. And if you guys will have a meeting in the future or any hangout with your friends, you guys can always come up here sa Meetup 23, or you can also check out sa Lunaxy and try to coordinate with them regarding the prices for the room. Kasi sobrang ganda nga naman. It's very aesthetic eh. Ibang klase siya. So anyway, thank you again to Meetup 23 and Lunaxy for sponsoring this podcast. And it's always been a dream of mine to have an episode where I can dine with my guest. Talagang nag-level up tong ating mga sponsors. So thank you again, Meetup 23 and Lunaxy, for everything that we have right now. So for our special guest, ito na, always wanted to get him. They got me in this podcast before. A former Blue Eagle, former NLEX Road Warrior, current player right now for the SEAG Lake Stars, national team standout, Kiefer Ravena. What's up, bro? Nice to meet you.
What's up, bro? Kamusta?
Straight tayo sa iba mga pagkain.
Ito na nga. Kanina pa when you're doing your intro, I was already knitting on some fries over here.
Nawawala lang yung chicken wing mo.
Malinis lang talaga ako kumain, bro. Malinis ako kumain. Saka pinaghandaan ko talaga to.
And it's been a while since you went home, knowing that, yun nga, minensyo ka na, you are currently with the SEAG Lake Stars. Kamusta yung pag-stay mo sa Japan lately? I mean, sasabi ng mga tao na laging chill daw sa Japan. It's always the good life. But is it really the good life?
Yeah, probably would say, it's a great life that we're living out there. Masaya, kompleto, we're very taken care of. Pagdating sa basketball side, we all know Japan's a great country to be in, to live in. But the schedule is really hard. We always play, almost like 3 times a week when it comes to the season. Sobrang, with travel, practices, videos, sessions, and everything. Yung oras parang laging kulang. But, so far so good. I've been there going on my 3rd year now with the same team. So, yeah, looking forward for a very, very promising season for us next year. And
recently, you just resigned to the SEAG Lake Stars.
I just did, yep.
So gusto ko malaman yung parang process behind it. Was it na you had rumors with Korea, different professional leagues? Were those rumors true? Nahirapan ka in choosing on where to sign for your next playing career?
Well, siguro rumors like with everything regarding everything. I wouldn't say na it was totally false nor true. Parang obviously when it comes to negotiations, teams would reach out after the season, not knowing where, what's your plans, things like that. And interest is different from actually talking to certain organizations. So there were a lot of interest, no really definite offer. Pero, with Shiga, I feel like it's something na I think I owe something to the organization, to them, especially now that we're trying to go back to B1. And for me also, it's a challenge, an added challenge siya na, I get to do that with the team that I started with in the B League. I took a shot on a Filipino guy and wanting to make this team a consistent contender. So, yun yung gusto kong gawin this year despite, being relegated to B2. And for the most part, I think we were able to keep the core of our team. So, I guess that's a good step moving forward for next season.
So pag ganun nga, I think one of our questions, I think most Filipinos would like to ask, what does it mean if you get relegated to B2 to B1? Ano ba yung difference?
In Japan, we have 3 divisions, B1, B2, B3. B1, obviously 1 being, the top league. But 2 and 3, are definitely not pushovers. Don't be deceived by, the level going down just because you went from B1 to B2. There are a lot of capable players from B2 who just, there's just also like in the Philippines, a surplus of players, and good thing for them. They have another division to play in. Doesn't necessarily you're not good enough to play in B1 if you're in B2.
Yeah.
Just a matter of sometimes luck, opportunity, good games. So I think that's the biggest difference na people, probably perceive about the B2 being a low-level team, a low-level league.
Yun yung parang assumption
Yeah.
of most people.
Yeah, and I don't blame them. Obviously, pag narinig mo na relegate ka or bumaba ka, di ba? There's always this negative connotation that comes with it. But for us, again, as a team na, we want to get back to, I think, where I know where we belong. So we're gonna do our best to go back to B1.
So, if you're in B2, what is the criteria in order for Shiga to go back to B1?
You have to play in the championship game.
Dapat championship?
Yeah.
Dapat ganun?
It's either you win or the second place, yeah. That's the only time. Because there's always just 2 teams to make it to B1. And the bottom 2 teams of B1 go to B2. Fortunately, we were on the latter. So, and Jordan Heading, his team, Nagasaki
Sila yung
Belka,
promote, diba?
and then Saga won the championship, pero they played against each other in the final, so both of them were automatically promoted to B1.
Sa B2, ilang teams kayo dun?
I'm not sure. I think like 14 or 16 teams.
Dami din. Kala mo, iniisip mo lang pag B2, okay, 6 lang siguro yung teams, but double digits for sure.
Yeah, because we still play 60 games.
Wow.
Yeah, we still play 60 games, so guys, don't be deceived.
So yun na, yun yung... So, big task for you so far sa Japan. Kailan yung start ng season ng B2 sa ano ba yan, simultaneous with B1?
Yeah. I think everybody's just waiting on the World Cup. Most of the leagues, I would assume that are taking a pause, taking a break. Just to give their national teams, ample time to prepare for probably the biggest spectacle in basketballs. After the Olympics, diba? So,
especially for us, now that tayo nag-host. Nag-host na ba tayo before?
I think
sa World Cup?
Probably decades ago, I wouldn't be surprised. But, I mean, in our lifetime,
ito na yun. Siguro ito na yun.
I don't know really if it's gonna happen again. So, I'm very happy to be part of it, just being here at home. So
now that we're talking about Gilas Pilipinas, sakto, let's talk about the Gilas preparation. So, what can we expect from Gilas Pilipinas sa mga training camps ninyo? Ano yung pwede natin ma-expect? Are we gonna be a complete pool already? Sigurado na ba at that point? Or no position is safe? Say?
Well, probably there's just, 2 safe positions when it comes to Gilas. But regarding your question when it comes to preparation, I was watching the game, the NBA game, the finals, and I saw it on TV. There was just like 81 or 80 days left before the World Cup starts. Then next thing you know, it's there already. So with 80 days, 81 days to prepare, so as much as possible, I'm really hoping that whoever is going to be part of the pool are, completely committed. I feel like with almost close to 3 months of preparation, of being 100% committed, it's gonna do wonders to, what you want to achieve for the World Cup, whoever is gonna play. So, I hope the pool just remains healthy all throughout the preparation.
Siyempre, hirap yan. Dami
Hirap kasi yun
makakalaban.
kasi minsan pagod, minsan I'm sure when it comes to World Cup, we're not just gonna see the team prepare here locally. Everybody's gonna travel. Also, the other teams will have pocket tournaments, different
Most
parts
likely.
of the world.
Oh.
Diba? So, it's going to be a factor. So, yeah, and then sometimes, even if you want to put the best team possible, but with,
Daming factors.
different factors that you can control, you're not able to do that. Pero, but obviously, yun ang gusto natin magawa is to be able to field in the best team possible, especially we're playing in front of, 110 million people. So, yun yung hinahabol talaga namin.
Do you get pressured like with the questions? Kasi syempre, palapit na, less than 100 days. Do people keep asking you now it's palapit? Parang, Keith, kumusta preparation mo, anong ginagawa mo? Do you get that a lot from people? Or no, sa circle mo at least they know too?
Yeah, siguro, I think sa circle, actually, mas Mas marami pang tanong.
Really?
Yeah,
Pero
well,
circle
siguro lang kasi they don't really get to talk to other players that, that's part of the pool, me and my brother. So, pagdating naman sa amin, or naging part ng national team, pagdating naman sa amin, and yung knowledge namin when it comes to the schedule, the preparation, it's not really that deep also. We're players. We just go there, what we're asked to do, we're gonna do, diba? So, when they tell us the schedule, it's gonna be this, it's gonna be that, and then we try to accommodate that as much as possible. If our bodies are available, we'll be there. No questions asked. So, I mean, when regards to the questions, yeah, madami din. Everybody's excited. I'm sure everybody is excited to play here in the Philippines, diba? So, I don't really blame them. And they're probably just as excited as I am, whether I'm a player or a spectator. So, yeah.
Going back sa Gilas preparations, Keith, you mentioned about mga tune-up games, playing with yung tune-up games, so will it be just between different countries or yung mga tune-up games may face kayo na pro teams din?
I wouldn't really know
So far.
I think it will really depend on the availability of different national teams. Obviously, some national teams don't really want to play
Ayaw mo pakita ng baraha agad.
or teams within their groups,
Most likely,
like that. It really depends. It changes from time to time. Minsan, gigising yung ibang federation na, sige, labanan natin yan. And then sometimes, they just don't wanna play other teams. So, to be honest, we're just gonna know when it gets there. Diba? Parang I'm sure people will find out. And kaming players, as much as possible, we just want to be ready.
Kung ikaw papapili, 3 teams you want to face in a tune-up game. Like, don't think about the budget, don't think about the availability. Just want to ask just Kiefer, ito yung gusto ko makalaban sa tune-up. 3 teams, it could be pro teams or countries.
Siguro
Take your
countries, Spain, Nigeria, and probably Puerto Rico.
Okay. Spain, sige, explain natin. Explain mo why. Why
As
Spain
in
first?
Spain, you can actually really simulate how Italy would play, which is in our bracket. Bigs who could actually shoot, really played past the ball. They have a new good guard, Nico Mannion for Italy. Spain, obviously, they have Lorenzo Brown as their naturalized guy. Played very well for the World Cup. The Eurobasket.
Yeah.
Sergio Llull, Ricky Rubio.
Ricky's gonna play
he's
for
gonna play
Spain.
for Spain comes back from his injury. I don't know if Gallinari is gonna play for Italy, but you can simulate those other players also. But more of the ball movement, the style of play. Puerto Rico, physicality, size, you can simulate again Dominican Republic, their Latin American countries. Similar play style, and Nigeria or Cameroon, Senegal, whoever's Angola naman yung masisimulate nila, being from that part of the world for me. It's not really realistic to just pick USA, Spain, and France.
Syempre.
You know,
I mean,
so
hindi naman
siguro ba kung gusto mo mawala ng confidence, di ba? Nang walang natututunan, you can play them. But for me, I think those three are teams that you would want to play even if you lose, you'd benefit. Di ba? Parang ganun.
And this time, Italy, second go-around, di ba? From 2019 World
And
Cup.
Angola.
And Angola, second go-around. So, sobrang benta nga nung draw. Sabi ko, Italy and Angola, di ba nakasama natin ito before?
Yeah.
So, in a way, may chance tayo to
Familiarity.
at least redeem ourselves
Yeah.
din. Parang at least, di ba? Of course, we want to beat those teams.
It's always a new challenge, you know. Now, different preparation time, different players, and different style. And I'm sure everybody has improved, all the countries, and I'm sure us as well.
Now that actually, it was mentioned that si Coach Chot, he will only include sa pool, at least yung sa training pool natin, are the pro players, PBA pro players, the overseas boys.
Yeah.
No college players. So, with that, yun yung nabasa ko.
Okay.
And which young player do you think could be the next face of Gilas Pilipinas? So, 25 and under. Kasi, of course,
So, hindi na ako young. Ganun.
Uy, 28, 29 ka pa lang. Young pa rin. Pero ito yung mga...
Young
ones? Oo, young ones.
Young ones. Under 25?
Under 25 para qualified. Para naman. Kasi yung mga college guys natin yun 25 and under yun So, since di sila included sa pool, let's just
Kai is a no-brainer.
Sorry?
Kai
Soto. Oh, yeah, well...
Kai is a no-brainer. So. But...
automatic
other than that, under 25.
Take your time. Take your time.
Hindi pa ako masyado ng college hoops So I haven't really seen players hoop. I've been gone for too long, pero
Si RJ Abarientos part na yun ng di ba?
Oo, wala
pro na yun So kasama yun.
So, shucks, sino ba?
Take your time. Kaya dami natin pagkain for the
Siguro
for the
sila,
thinking moments.
Siguro I'll just base it from the most recent tournament that we had.
Sige.
The SEAG Games. Phillips and Jerome.
Mike Phillips. And
I mean,
Jerome
the other brother
Lastimoso.
didn't play. So, Jerome. I think those two guys can be really the key. I don't think my guy Jerome is below 25 though, but he's still in college. So,
Ano ba? 25? Or if not below 25, could be 25. So,
Yeah.
mga fans ni Jerome, paki-correct na lang
but
kami. Ingat
he's
lang.
old. Jerome, you're old.
Naglaro yan sa Phil, nakita ko, sabi ko, si Jerome kakabalik sa SEA Games. Lalaro agad for Phil. Oo.
Yeah.
Si Mike Phillips din
He's a good guy. Jerome's a good guy. He was my roommate. And this pasta's really good. Yeah, the pasta's really good.
Beef tapa pasta, right? Tama. Beef tapa pasta.
Yeah.
Available sa Lunaxy.
I'm gonna need some after this.
Kaya nga ilan ba? Dalawa to So ito lahat.
But no, guys, really, this is really good. But yeah, those two guys, I think, could be the face. Being the face. I don't know if they would want that.
Or at least cornerstone, like something.
Yeah, they'll be mainstays. They'll be mainstays for sure. They're shoe-ins when it comes to that. I mean, Carl just finished college. He's 21, 22, and he's part of that for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So, yung mga batang yun.
So now, with that, dito tayo sa portion natin na nakita ko sa isang show. Not sure sa late night ba yun, yung mga celebrities na i-invite nila. Mag-read ng hate tweets or hate messages. So nag-filter lang ng dalawa.
Okay.
Dito na lang.
Dalawa out of what? A million?
Dalawa out of a million. Tumawa. Well, tatlo nga to 3 names on Facebook comments. Thank you to the Lunaxy team for
filtering it out.
For singling out these questions. So, Kiefer, favor lang, pagkakuha mo ng phone ko, isang swipe lang, wala nang...
Okay. Wala tayong makikita ng iba.
Wala naman. So, yan yung...
So, isang... Ayan. From Jupiter Chua. Bawasan mo dribble, Keith. Score more.
Anong masasabi mo dyan? Kasi, parang you're in that fine line Some people want you to pass more, some people want to score more. So, for you... Well, you receive comments like that, how do you tackle that?
I mean, I don't really get it. You know, probably, nagawa ko siya parang nasa Japan ako sa sobrang dami kong time. Na-filter out ko siya kung bakit saan nanggagaling yung mga ganitong nangyayari. So,
pero isipan mo talaga, saan kaya ito nanggaling?
Well, medyo talaga ako analytical ako pagdating sa ganyan. So
nagbabasa ka ng comments talaga?
Hindi, may isang time lang na, sige nga, isipin ko nga kung ano bang meron sa akin, bakit ganun na, saan nanggagaling itong lahat. So, ang ginawa ko, ang ending, na figure out ko siya na one of the reasons and one of like the probably group of comments na ang tawag dito, similar, is lahat na idol ko to from his Ateneo days. Something like that. So, naisip ko, or na-conclude ko na people still think, people remember me from how I played during college. So, they're stuck with that. Like, I have the ball a lot, I score a lot, I create a lot of, more of baskets for myself. But obviously, growing up, you also grow in terms of playing basketball, which you understand that this is something very hard to do in the pros. Probably score 25 points a game,
25,
22 points a game,
rebounds
in the pros. Like coming to the pros, I knew I could try, pero hindi ko na siya magagawa. So probably this comes from that part na parang
score
people
more.
Still like if I don't score, I'm not good anymore.
Gusto ko na tanong, what made you want to read those comments before? Sama sa Japan ka, diba?
Curious lang. Out of curiosity. It's not because, you get affected and things like that. Obviously, affected ka probably because you read it. Pero, out of curiosity lang. Kasi sabi ko, bakit ano bang nanggaling sa game ko? Like, if the people who understand, it was like, alright, you played okay. Okay, maybe you didn't shoot that well, but you actually played well. You had what? 12 points, 7 assists, 5 rebounds.
Yeah.
Decent. But again, with nasa stuck sila dun sa how I play na 20 points, 25 points, 30 points, things like that. Na if you don't score and
pero ganun yung system rin ni Coach Boy. I remember in a interview before, he said he's a player's coach.
The way he needed all the confidence that you need, which is, there's nothing wrong with it. But yeah, I guess, basketball is just not all about scoring, guys. I mean, Jokic breaks that mantra, being MVP, having 19, 14, and 12 on a bad game. Again, you just have to appreciate an all-around game. So for Jupiter, I guess you have to understand basketball a little bit more, that it's not about scoring.
Okay.
From Erwin Liwanag Ilagan, baldog talaga.
Hindi ko gets yun. Ako kasi, hindi ko masyado na pag sabi mong baldog, dribbling too much? Is it?
No, baldog is you actually can't shoot. Baldog is a term that yung tira mo kapag hindi siya mo-shoot, parang laging tumatama sa ring. I guess, it takes one to know one. I guess when he plays, it's the same thing. So, so we're in the same boat, brother.
Same boat talaga. Last one?
From Ken. Pang weak league lang talaga yung talent.
Ng B-League daw. Is it?
Oh. I mean,
nag-real talk about the B-League because people think na just because we beat Japan in the past years sa shop ng Okonomiyaki Pizza, wait lang. So just because we beat Japan in the previous years, ako try ko i-connect they would assume, we keep beating Japan. Philippines versus Japan, past 5 years, 10 years, they must be weak. The players there, di siguro magaling. That's why, our guys can thrive there. Are they wrong? Or are they right?
For me, I would wish for Ken to actually play there.
Bigyan mo ng ticket si Ken.
No, I would, surrender my jersey for one game.
Ken ba?
Go, Ken. Put
Ken Ravena, let's go.
Ken behind him. Or, I'm not gonna answer that. I would actually want somebody from the B League who would answer that. So I would, guy could be, to know. Kasi ako, import lang naman ako eh. Like I haven't played there long enough to actually say that this. Even in the PBA, I played in the PBA for a combined 2 years, 3.5 seasons, not even years, diba? So I couldn't even say na which league is better. To be honest. So, because I haven't been there for too long. Diba? So, somebody from the B-League call me, hit me if you see this episode of 6 Man.
Mag-ano sila? Mag-guess sila. Sama mo.
Hey, we can do that.
Sabihin mo, come here. Check this Ken guy.
I will FaceTime somebody right now, but...
Benta na kung gano'n. Makatulog natin. Wait, 1 hour ahead ng Japan, diba?
That one ahead.
Oh, na ba magalit? Sige, gising mo. Baka may ginagawa. Ano bang mga biggest misconceptions about you? You get a lot of hate. I mean, all the positive and negative things. But, super believe ako dun sa ability mo to just block things. Oh. So, what are some, nasabi mo na nga, nagbasa ka, mga misconceptions about you when you read those kind of stuff?
Misconceptions. Probably before, when I was a little younger, I would actually reply or respond to certain people. Especially when they cross
A line. Which
a
they do.
line,
They
diba?
usually do.
Usually do. But, you know, with constant reminders of, you know, people in my circle, my family, you know, my friends, close friends, very, very close friends of mine, I get to understand the amount of time I waste by responding to them. So, I try to shut that off. You just made me answer to them because of this.
No, yeah.
But
Salamat, by the way.
Hindi.
Pinalakad ko pa si Kiefer dito sa venue na to.
Pero siguro yung biggest misconception about me is parang sobrang yabang ko daw.
Okay.
Parang I get that a lot. Parang and then I kinda notice it because when the people who actually think that I am that person, when they get to know me, is parang, bro, you're the total opposite of what people were saying. Like, dali mong makasama, dali mong makisama, parang ikaw yung minsan bangka sa grupo, madali talaga, very approachable. So I guess that's one of the biggest misconceptions. Probably it comes with how competitive I am when I play.
Yeah, kasi mahirap maging hindi mayabang kapag sa basketball. Kailangan mo ng
Hindi
kumpiyansa.
lang naman siguro mayabang, pero it's really more of the competitiveness. Parang it's sometimes your body language actually talks more when your mouth, diba? Parang I guess that's how I see it. Where they get it, because off the court, I don't really see where that goes. Parang saan nila nakukuha yun. Parang I try to blend in as much as I can. So yun siguro, biggest misconception. Yeah.
I wanted to ask a player myself instead of just reading all the articles on what went wrong back then nung the silver medal sa SEA Games. From your perspective naman, it's kasi puro he said, she said, puro articles, we have to rely on the writers. But from an actual player, I haven't heard much.
Well, siguro, first, you know, you have to give credit where credit is due.
Definitely.
You know, Indonesia played with the chip on their shoulders, obviously always, what they call this, the bridesmaid in the SEA Games, more or less.
Always, diba?
Diba? So, and they had something to prepare for, which was bigger than the SEA Games.
Yeah.
Which was during that year, they were hosting the FIBA Asia Cup.
Okay.
So the SEA Games team that they had already started camp January. Of the same year. Went to New Zealand, Australia, playing different teams, being together, which develops chemistry, camaraderie, essential in terms of playing to a tournament like, you know, the SEA Games, a short tournament like the SEA Games. Meanwhile, we had, I'd say, a week of preparation. But the team was already practicing, but some of the team members who were practicing for, you know, on the regular had to back out last minute for certain reasons, you know, individual reasons. So, hindi na natin makokontrol yun. But when it comes to the game, you know, you just have to give credit where credit is due, you know. Well prepared. It's not as if that we weren't prepared for them. We already knew coming in. They had Marquise Bolden, Juato, Xavier. So they came in pretty loaded. Na alam na namin even coming in, 'di ba? And during the eliminations, they were even hiding Bolden. They didn't play Bolden for the first 2 games. 'Di ba?
Kasi nyo, parang, hindi na film, di ba? Parang, top 10 minutes, 12 minutes ang tinaturo.
Dude, it's not even like 10, 12 minutes. He didn't suit up.
DNP. Okay.
So he didn't even suit up. So we were like, all right. So obviously we're gonna see them in the end. But he already played like the last 3 games. The last game. The quarters, something like that. But they were trying to hide him as much as they can. As much as they could. So when it comes to the game, they just played better. That's it. No, nothing special. It's when it comes to a gold medal match, you throw away everything. It's just a matter of who wants it more, and they wanted it more during that time. But now that the gold is back to where it really belongs in the Southeast Asian Games, it's just like the ghost of the past for us players is already forgotten. Probably not for the people, but it's a blemish with the Filipino record. But yeah, I think for us, we could already sleep properly at night after we got back to gold medal. Yeah.
Did you have a sleepless nights ba after nun? Did it linger in your head? Like after, okay, talo, did it stay with you hanggang sa pag-uwi mo for a while? Or
Not really. Not really, because I knew I had other tournaments to bounce back. It's not, it's different, but you learn, you grow, and you move on. I guess that's the story of life. That's the story of being an athlete. Basketball, or probably just being an athlete in general. It's one of the few things in the world that we live in that gives you an opportunity to bounce back right away. Certain people don't have that luxury of, if you work a corporate job, you get fired, doesn't necessarily mean you have work waiting on the wings to get hired again. Sometimes you gotta wait a week, couple weeks, sometimes a month or a year before you get hired again. But in basketball, you play on a Wednesday, you get to play again on a Friday or a Saturday. You played bad on a Wednesday, try to play good on a Friday or on a Saturday. Forget all about Wednesday's game, diba? So that's the beauty of sports. That's the beauty of basketball. Keeps us competitive, keeps us on our toes, and that's just my mindset ever since kahit nung bata pa ako.
Great. And yun yung gusto kong makuha talaga ever since yung perspective ng player after that. Kasi yun nga, puro nababasa lang natin what the coach would say, and of course they like to keep it short when they try to explain it sa media. Anyway, so again, dito tayo sa Meetup 23 sa ground floor ng NAC Tower
Very
sa
nice
BGC.
place. Yes, bro.
So, looking here, Kiefer, when you first entered, sino yung unang player na naisip mo you think would really enjoy and could spend hours in the Meetup 23 room? Not including yourself, kasi, syempre.
Yeah, definitely I would enjoy myself over here. I would say Michael Jordan would actually like being here.
Okay.
This is a setting that would probably
Maaliw siya.
give him, an ambiance that he really likes. Probably a couple of cigars and
Dito, no? Kasama
few
ng pagkain.
bottles of wine would definitely make everything better. But
Katabi si
as a
Scotty.
tribute,
Katabi niya si Scotty.
ayun lang, Scotty Thompson.
Scotty Thompson. Oo nga.
no.
Scotty Thompson.
Pero, di ba, as a setting na ganito, parang he would like to, be here.
How about dito naman sa Pilipinas? Any
Over here,
Jordan player, any
ibang mga...
player na kilala mo na idol si Michael Jordan and appreciates mga stuff, mga ganitong bagay?
Sino ba? Actually, locally, parang I'm sure marami. I'm sure marami na, especially the older generation, my vets, everybody who would really grew up watching Michael Jordan. Tayo, abutan na natin
Kobe Jordan.
Kobe. Pero naabutan na natin was the championship Jordan, 'di ba? Kung 93 tayo, that was the tail end of his first Grand Slam. And then growing up, the 96, 97, 98 Bulls was also there. But we really never understood how he was. We never really understood on how great of a player he was during the time when he was playing to the, the late 80s, early 90s, and how dominant he was. So, yun siguro, parang feeling ko madami with that generation of basketball players. I can't really name one. Gusto nyo mag-reminisce, gusto nyo ma-imagine, gusto nyo,
just appreciate
take you back to memory lane. Ito is a good place to actually do it.
Okay, now that alam mo na yun na nandito, if you take one thing here from this room, what would it be and why? Titingin ka lang ulit.
Ano ba?
Yung mga rookie card dyan. Yeah.
May side basketball. Graded pa yung mga ganyan. Probably one of these, yung ganito, itong tatlo. Or that piece. The iconic free throw line dunk.
Signed rin yan.
Yeah, signed one. Yeah, that's a good main piece for my room in my house. Something that I would never get tired of looking at. Diba? Parang grabe, parang sobrang iconic niyan. After that Jumpman logo, diba? Parang isa yan sa mga naunang iconic shots ni Michael Jordan. So I would take that.
Being the first Filipino athlete, first and only pa rin ba ngayon? Or may
Filipino, yes.
First and only pa rin up to now. Kasi 2021 when that was
I am.
reported. Still the only Filipino.
And still
the word.
The only.
And actually, Kiefer, you mentioned a while ago that one of your hobbies is golf.
Yeah.
So up to now, you still play golf and everything.
Every day,
still collect shoes.
Every day siguro hindi na kaya na maglaro ng golf.
Yeah, kasi you have to go somewhere.
Yeah, work out, everything. Yeah, practices, and it's just too hot. It's too hot. To be honest, it's really too hot. But I still find time, to stay in the hobby, be updated. Also, collecting cards, collecting shoes.
Still to this day,
it's still there. Very minimal now that, when it comes to time, I don't really have the luxury of it, especially na sobrang saglit lang ako dito sa Philippines. I want to make the most time, with my family, friends, and everybody with basketball without getting too much out of shape to go back to where I really play in Japan. So, try to have that sense of normalcy again, where what I used to do before. And that's why siguro yung mga places na ganito, I really enjoy being around because I know I'm in the hobby, in the world of collections, and being part of a brand that I now represent. Being around this guy with MJ.
Na-meet mo ba siya in person?
Not yet.
Not yet.
That's the plan. I hope to get to meet him very, very soon. Probably one of the few times that I'll break down and really cry and actually just don't know what to say or do.
You have something planned in mind and pagdating mo doon, I love you.
Yeah. There's so many stories that makes him who he is, and parang the light, diba? Parang pag there's this light around you, surrounding you. I mean, that's how he is. That's true. He really does walk with a glow around him that attracts people. Like when he enters the room,
it's with a cigar.
Yeah.
While doing it.
Yeah.
And Keith, question, so when Jordan reached out to you, the Jordan brand, did they call you like, hey, or parang simple meeting, nakala mo lang may papapromote na sapatos, ganyan. Or did they tell you from the get-go na, hey, we want you to become the first Filipino Jordan brand athlete, or it didn't work that way?
It was something like that.
Diretsuhan.
Yeah. I've been part of, Nike for the longest time. Almost close to what?
High school?
16, 17 years now. I've been with the brand. So, more than half of my life. And obviously, with Nike, Jordan brand being, under that umbrella, now being separate entity na
separate
sila.
Sila. Oh.
Obviously, because meron ng brand Jordan may brand Jordan so with Nike, but it's under one family, it's under one umbrella. And having that connection, Jordan reached out that they wanted to have somebody to represent the brand over here. And lucky enough, Nike chose me.
Anong perks? Pagiging Jordan brand athlete. At least dito sa
You
Philippines.
get to have a shoe like that.
So pinadala, yan ba yung yung na social media?
Oh, yeah.
Parang nakuha to agad.
Nakakatawa yan. Actually, the people in Jordan, I just recently visited the headquarters of Nike in Portland, Oregon.
Okay.
And I met with the people, the sports marketing team, people, used to, who are working behind the scenes, the people who you don't really see.
Yeah.
But make those happen. So I told them the story of me, getting hate comments on why I got this first. This should be given to real consumers, blah, 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 blah. And then when Jordan announced that I was
the
Jordan
Filipino
athlete.
Yeah, the Filipino athlete.
And then the comments are like, now you see why he gets it. Now you see why he has it. So it was really funny. And they had a good
time. Saan yung photo mo na yun? Saan ka na picturean nun? Sa BGC? Like, palabas ng...
BGC and BGC. I was with Paul. I just went, kakalabas ko lang na Nike store.
Okay. Tapos pinasuot sa'yo, bawal na na ilagay mo lang sa bag.
No.
I was really wearing it. Wear it.
Yeah, I was wearing it because I was on my way to the event. I was on my way to the Jordan Manila opening.
And they told you to wear it?
Yeah. Because I was the only one who had it until they released it.
Nag-guest appearance ka ba na like parang, okay, lumabas ka with a shoe? And did you talk about the shoe?
No.
Talagang suotin mo lang?
Yeah, I just had it.
Did you expect the value to go up this high? Nasa millions ba? 1 million?
I think so. I think people are selling it for like, what, $30,000-$35,000.
Yan talaga grabe. Na-expect mo ba na gano'n? Or hindi?
No.
Kala mo lang
na, saw it coming. Never saw it really coming.
You still have your pair?
Yep.
Anong number?
Hidden. Mine's 149 out of 150.
Ooh. Yeah. Kala ko bibigay sa'yo 23 of 150.
No, I think 150 is in the office.
Sa kanila yun?
I think they have it. I think they have it. I'm not really sure. Might be wrong. Most probably I am, but yeah.
I wonder who owns number 23, right? Like, sino kaya dito sa Philippines? Or could be with Jordan, you never know. Kasi,
yeah, probably it could be with him. It could actually not be here in the Philippines.
Pwede rin. Kasi,
so,
diba?
The way
kasi,
things are going.
Wait, si Rick Ross ba? DJ Khaled has a pair.
Yeah.
Top 5 favorite pair of shoes. Pwede ba? Dapat all Jordan. Sige, all Jordan.
Sige, all Jordan. Yeah,
all Jordan. Sige.
Ano ba? One being the best or not in order, just 5?
Kaya mo ba in order? Like, meron bang naisip na, okay, I know how to rank this.
Meron siguro. Parang...
So, ano muna? 5 muna.
5, I would say... Concords.
Okay.
Concords. Not necessarily year, probably just the design. Jordan 11 Concords. Obviously, the classic look, sobrang elegant ng itsura niya, sobrang social niya. Tingnan. That's number 5. Number 4 would probably be, I would say, the Space Jam Jordans.
Mm-hmm.
Jordan 11 again. Obviously, growing up, idolizing Michael Jordan and watching the movie, seeing the shoe, everybody wanted it. Watching Space Jam. So nakakatawa yung history niya behind it.
Ano ba value nun ngayon?
I still think so, especially if you get it from way, way, way back.
Yung actual
original
pairs.
Original release dates nila. That's number 4. Number 3, I love the Jordan 4s. So anything 4s, the Manilas.
Okay.
I love everything 4. From the Breads, Thunder, everything Jordan 4. Parang sobrang everyday shoe niya, walang problema. Kahit anong okasyon, shorts, pants, whatever, okay. Yun yung 3. 2 ko, Jordan 1, original colorway, the band 1. Yun siguro yung isa sa mga ko. And yung Number 1 ko is the Jordan 9.
Jordan 9,
number 1. Just because it was my first ever Jordans I've ever worn when I was a baby.
Mga significance ng mga...
And I still have it. It's in glassed in a box like that, and I still have it back home.
Talagang it's...
With a picture of me wearing it and my dad wearing it too.
Wow.
They're nominal, so that's number 1 for me.
It's full circle, no? Naging Jordan brand athlete ka.
That's why I displayed it talaga. Parang it was just hidden somewhere in my mom's closet, and then that came to be, and it was a very big blessing.
Nilagay sa like when you became...
Nakatago talaga siya. Pero naka-glass na talaga, nakatago na. Pero nakatago lang sa closet.
Hindi pa naka-display?
Hindi siya naka-display. Pero we obviously, nakatago na talaga siya.
Tapos when you got announced, sabi mo, I gotta make this special moment.
You see it as soon as you enter the house.
Ano bang, may mga bawal ba pag sa pagiging Jordan brand athlete? Can you wear Nike? Can you wear Adidas? Can you wear
Definitely not other...
In public?
Even so, parang there's not really a good way to put it that, you gotta represent your brand through and
all
through.
The time.
So, yeah, I think I stick with... For me, just playing, I gotta be with...
Of course, for playing, definitely.
Yeah, definitely with Jordans. But, yeah, even off the court, obviously I rock Jordans everywhere, 24/7.
Parang breach of contract ka to.
Oo, huwag tayong ganun. Mahirap yan, mahirap.
Pero pag mga ganun ba, Keith, like, you're with, of course, Jordan brand athlete, is that a lifetime thing? Is that...
I hope it's a lifetime thing. I hope. But obviously, may mga kontrata na kaming mga na-negotiate, na-pirmahan, things like that. Pero, siyempre, sa relationships na nabibuild mo through the years, you get to know the people behind the scenes, you get to know the people who makes everything work. And, ayun, siguro, parang, sana nakakatulong yung ganun, that I'm able to build relationships with them that makes them want me to stay in the brand for a long, long time.
Great. It's an amazing story. The Jordan brand.
Yes.
Sakto talaga. And
it's a good place.
And the funny thing dito talaga is, I didn't tell Kiefer about anything. Sabi ko lang, guess
nakita lang yung picture.
Yun lang yun. And today yun, right on the spot.
Just today.
What the heck?
I didn't even know this existed over here.
Available for rent.
Yeah.
So, nasa description ng box. Nandun lahat.
Don't forget.
Nandun yung number. Guys. Yes. So, again, going back to Gilas, it's gonna be a momentous occasion tayo mag-host. I think the only time in our lifetime for sure, most likely. Have you ever reminisced, now that announced na yun, everything, it's a big moment for us. Have you ever reminisced which Gilas moment stuck with you? Like, as part of your playing career, anything that stuck with you up until now na lagi mo maaalala when people ask you what your best memory is?
Best memory when it comes to Gilas, just putting on that jersey. Nothing really specific, but every time...
specific moment.
Yeah, every time that you get the chance to wear that, it's really different. Gives you a different vibe. It gives you a different sense of pride, of appreciation. Diba? Sa Pilipinas na yan yung dala mo. So, I guess yun yung pinaka laging tatatak sa akin until the time that I stopped playing basketball. Like sabi nga natin, when the wheels fall off, maaalala ko yung mga ganung opportunities na nakapaglaro ko, nakasuot ako ng jersey ng Pilipinas.
And from from Batang Gilas.
I'm very blessed. Very blessed when it comes to the national team. Kahit na maraming ayaw. Pero I'm very blessed. I'm very blessed to have people supporting me, people who believed in my capabilities in being able to play and represent the country.
Has there ever been a point, like just real talk, ever been a point na you don't want to put on the jersey or the hate never got into? Because sometimes, some players will let the hate affect them. Hindi mo maiwasan, tao tayo lahat, ma-affect tayo sa ganun. I can't handle hate. So, has there ever been a point or no? You were always so sure of yourself that I know my ability, I know what I can give for the Philippines.
Siguro hindi pa naman hindi ako umabot sa point na ganun.
Na ayaw mo na mag-Gilas.
Just because I know one day it will end.
Yeah.
If I know that this is going to be forever, like maybe, it would cross my mind. Pero knowing that each and every one of us has only one opportunity to wear that jersey, parang mahirap siya i-pass out. Parang siya
Out of the hundreds of players that we have.
Yeah. And I think that in my memory, parang isang beses lang ata akong nagpaalam na hindi ako makakasama, even though I practiced sa national team. The only reason I begged off was because I had my wisdom tooth surgery.
Hassle nga naman, wisdom tooth surgery.
And it was close to the tournament, and I wasn't able to do anything anymore. That was the only time I begged off from the Gilas team. And yeah, out of the number of times I've been there.
Kiefer, is there any chance we see you in the PBA again? Or are you closing the door already?
Hindi ko siguro kino-close yung door. Pero right now, probably I'm just really having to look at the best options for my career now that I'm not getting any younger. Parang if staying overseas is the best opportunity for me, I think that's the road that I'm gonna take. But definitely not closing the doors into coming back to my dream come true. Because being a second-generation basketball player, the PBA was always a dream of mine, and being able to play there was a dream come true. Just put on hold, I guess, on a dream to pursue another dream.
Yeah.
And when time comes, siguro pag sabi ni Lord na it's time for me to come back, hopefully the PBA will still be there to welcome me with open arms. And I still continue to build my relationships with the people around the league. And one day, I'll be there.
When the time comes.
When the time is right.
Yeah, when the time is right.
When the time is right.
When you have exhausted all options and like alam mong you made the most out of your basketball career, and then maybe diba dun sa PBA
Maybe.
final go around.
Yeah.
Kiefer
We'll see how
Ravena.
it goes.
Again, everybody, Kiefer Ravena, dito sa Six Man Podcast. Thank you so much, bro.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for making time.
Thank
Considering
you for the
pakihirap
food. Thank you for the food.
Syempre, lagi. Sabi ko nga, sabi ko, chicken wings lang at pasta okay na. But
Mahirap na i-top yung next episode mo, bro. Kung ganito yung last episode mo. Parang, I don't know how you're gonna be better when it comes to this. Like, you might have to shoot your next episode sa Wolfgang or something like that.
Sa Araneta, reserve natin Araneta sa gitna ka
Good luck. Good luck.
So again, this is all possible because of Meetup 23. Again, you guys have the option to rent this place. It's in the heart of BGC, ground floor ng NAC Tower. And yeah, description again, check nyo lang yun, nandun yung number or the email to contact.
I would rent this out, to be honest.
Hey, ni Patrick, sa Basket Bros, by the way, may podcast din si Kiefer.
I would rent this out for the podcast and just chilling with some friends, a group of people that, nice to have conversations with. Good spot, good food, and, just an awesome place to be in.
Mali mo, di ba, mag-collab ang Six Man and Basketball.
Oh,
And we can include more
dito
people, kasi tatlo pa lang yun. We have a lot more
Marami
spots to fill this in. So parang salo-salo talaga na.
Talaga.
Parang feast talaga, talk about hoops or anything.
Yes, sir.
Ayun.
Soon.
Thank you so much, everybody. Thanks for watching. You can always check us out on YouTube and Spotify. So YouTube, like, comment, subscribe. While for Spotify, 5-star ratings all I need. And again, thank you to Lunaxy, Meetup 23, to everybody who made this episode possible. SEAG Network, everybody. I love you all. Peace. Good evening.